For 7 long seasons, Charles Leclerc has poured his heart and soul into Ferrari. He joined the legendary team in 2019 as a 21-year-old prodigy, the chosen one, destined to bring a world championship back to Maranello. When he signed, Ferrari had just come off 2 strong seasons in 2017 and 2018, where they were genuine title contenders. The expectation was that Leclerc would step into a winning car and continue that momentum, but 7 seasons later, that dream remains unfulfilled. He has never even been in a proper title fight. Now, at 28 years old and entering the prime of his career, Leclerc has sent a clear and unmistakable message to his team. 2026 is now or never. After a disappointing 2025 season, where Ferrari once again failed to mount a serious title challenge, Leclerc's patience appears to be wearing thin. The arrival of Lewis Hamilton was supposed to create a super team. The hype was enormous. 2 world-class drivers in red, ready to take on McLaren and Red Bull. But the SF25 was simply not competitive enough. Ferrari wrote the season off after just a few months, a crushing blow for everyone involved. Leclerc managed 7 podiums and finished a respectable 5th in the standings. He even decisively outperformed Hamilton, which gave him some personal satisfaction. But for a driver of his caliber, that is not enough. He is tired of fighting for podiums. He wants to fight for championships, and he is running out of time to make that happen. This frustration has been simmering beneath the surface for a while, but now it is starting to boil over. In an interview with Sky Sports after the Abu Dhabi finale, Leclerc laid it all on the line. "It's tough," he admitted, "but at the same time, I think the whole team is hugely motivated for next year, because it's such a big change, a huge opportunity to show what Ferrari is capable of, and it's now or never. So I really hope that we start this new era on the right foot, because it's important for the 4 years after." The phrase "now or never" is a powerful one. It is an ultimatum. It is a clear signal to Ferrari that they have one last chance to get it right. The massive regulation changes in 2026 are a reset for the entire sport. Every team is starting from a blank sheet of paper. The new rules focus on lighter cars, more efficient power units, and active aerodynamics. It is the biggest shake-up in Formula One in years. This is Ferrari's opportunity to finally build a car that can compete at the very front. They have the technical expertise and the budget to do it. The question is whether they can execute. If they succeed, Leclerc will likely commit his long-term future to the team. He has said publicly that he believes he can win a championship with Ferrari. But if they fail, it could be the final straw that pushes him to look elsewhere. The patience that has defined his 7 years at Ferrari may finally run out, and the rumours are already swirling. Despite being under contract with Ferrari until 2029, reports from well-connected Italian journalists suggest that Leclerc has a clause in his contract that allows him to assess his options after the opening phase of the 2026 season. This is a significant detail. It means that if the new Ferrari is not competitive by the 6th or 7th race of next year, Leclerc could be free to talk to other teams. Leclerc himself has said that by race 6 or 7, we will have a good idea of which teams will dominate for the next 4 years. That is when the picture will become clear. His manager, Nicola Todd, has also publicly stated that the start of the 2026 season will be decisive for Leclerc's long-term future. This is not just speculation. This is coming from the people closest to Leclerc. This has put the entire F1 paddock on high alert. A driver of Leclerc's talent and experience becoming available would trigger a massive shake-up in the driver market. And there would be no shortage of interested teams. McLaren is said to be particularly interested, especially with the ongoing tension between their 2-star drivers. Oscar Piastri and his manager, Mark Webber, are reportedly frustrated with McLaren's growing favoritism towards newly crowned champion Lando Norris. A straight swap between Leclerc and Piastri has even been rumoured, though that would be a complicated deal to pull off. It would give Leclerc a proven race-winning car and give Ferrari a young talent to build around. Aston Martin is another team that is closely monitoring the situation. With their new Honda partnership starting in 2026 and Lawrence Stroll's massive investment in facilities and personnel, they are a team on the rise. They have Adrian Newey on board, arguably the greatest designer in F1 history, and they are building something special at their new Silverstone factory. For Leclerc, it could be an attractive option if Ferrari fails to deliver. And then there is Mercedes, who are always looking for the next superstar. Toto Wolff has made it clear he wants a top-tier driver lineup, and Leclerc would fit that bill perfectly. The Silver Arrows have a history of winning, and they could provide Leclerc with the platform he needs to finally win a world championship. For Leclerc, the decision will not be easy. He has a deep emotional connection to Ferrari. He has been part of the Ferrari family since he was a teenager, coming through their driver academy and dreaming of one day racing in red. Growing up in Monaco, just a short drive from Maranello, Ferrari was always the dream team. He has always said that his dream is to win a championship in the iconic red car, to join the legends like Michael Schumacher and Niki Lauda. That emotional pull is powerful. Walking away from Ferrari would mean admitting that the dream is over. But at some point, dreams have to give way to reality. He is entering his prime years as a driver, and he cannot afford to waste them in an uncompetitive car. He has seen other great drivers, like Fernando Alonso, make the wrong move at the wrong time and spend years in the midfield fighting for scraps. Alonso stayed at Ferrari too long, then went to McLaren at the wrong time and spent years without a competitive car. He will be desperate to avoid the same fate. The clock is ticking, and Leclerc knows it. The pressure is now squarely on Ferrari. They have 1 year to build a car that is capable of winning a world championship. They have the resources, the history, and the talent to do it. Under team principal Fred Vasseur, there has been progress in terms of team culture and organisation. But that has not yet translated into championship-winning performance. The 2026 regulations are their chance to finally get it right. If they do, they could usher in a new era of dominance with Charles Leclerc at the helm. They could finally end their long championship drought and restore Ferrari to its rightful place at the top of Formula One. But if they fail, they could lose their star driver and be left to wonder what might have been. The consequences of failure are enormous. The next few months will be crucial. Ferrari's engineers are working around the clock to design and build the 2026 car. The first signs of which teams have nailed the new regulations will emerge in pre-season testing in February. Then, the opening races will tell the real story. By the 6th or 7th race of 2026, as Leclerc himself said, we will have a good idea of who will be at the front for the next 4 years. That is when decisions will need to be made. That is when Leclerc will have to choose whether to stay loyal to Ferrari or to pursue his championship dreams elsewhere.